Hello students, and welcome to section on order of operations, Germdas. So many of you already learned in middle school or high school PEMDAS. PEMDAS, Germdas, same thing. So G stands for grouping symbols. It could be parentheses, brackets, absolute value, radical. E stands for exponents. M multiplication, D division, A addition, and S subtraction. Multiplication, division, we always do from left to right, and addition and subtraction also from left to right. Many students think that you have to multiply first before you do division. No, that is not correct. It's always from left to right. Okay? So let's take a look at some problems. And example number 1. Negative 48 divided by 3 plus 2, parentheses, 2 to the second power. So if you look at the steps, first we do grouping symbol. So we don't have any grouping symbol, we don't have to do anything inside of parentheses. And then the next step would be E, which means exponents, okay? So we have 2 to the second. So we'll rewrite negative 48 divided by 3 plus 2. And again, your first step is exponents. 2 to the second is equal to 4. Okay, now I have division, I have addition, I have multiplication. So then I do division and multiplication at the same time. Negative 48 divided by 3 is negative 16. Okay, plus 2 times 4 is equal to 8. And negative 16 plus 8, the final answer is negative 8. And please do me a favor, always circle your final answer. Okay? Question number 2. So take a look at question number 2. See how number 2 is different from question number 1. So in number 2, I see exponents as well. I see multiplication, I see division, I see subtraction, I see addition. Okay? So first step, let's talk about exponents. So 4 times negative 2 to the 5th power is not negative 10. It really means negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. And that will be equal to negative 32. So it'll be 4 times negative 32 divided by 16. Okay, this is very tricky. Okay, negative 4 to the second power is equal to negative 16. Okay, many students confuse this with negative 4 to the second power in parentheses. This technically means negative 4 times negative 4, which is positive 16. So please be careful. Okay, so that will be minus 16 plus 1. Now your numerator, it's 4 times negative 32. 4 times 30 is negative 120. 4 times 2 is 8, so that will be negative 128. Your denominator would be 16 minus 16 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. And please finish this problem. Anything you divide by 1, you get the same result. So your final answer is negative 128. And again, circle your answer. Question number 3. Okay. If you take a look at question number 3, we have to first substitute and then follow Germdas or PEMDAS. So first, let's substitute. A squared, so negative 2 to the second power, make sure you use parentheses, times b, which is times 3, plus a times b, which will be negative 2 times 3, and everything divided by c, and in our case c is negative 1/2. So what I just did, I substituted. I didn't do any arithmetic yet. Now your numerator, first exponents, negative 2 to the second is 4, okay, and 4 times 3 is 12. So I'm skipping one step. Make sure you understand how I got 12. Plus negative 2 times 3, negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Okay, so this will be minus 6, and then everything divided by negative 1/2. So I will continue over here to finish the problem. 12 minus 6 is equal to 6, and divided by negative 1/2. Now, in this class, we did not talk about fractions yet. Technically, we didn't have an official lesson, but how do you divide fractions? You multiply by the reciprocal. So what is the reciprocal of negative 1/2? If you flip it, it will be negative 2. So this technically becomes 6 times negative 2, and your final answer will be equal to negative 12. And again, we will talk about fractions soon. Okay? Okay, let's take a look at some practice examples. So example number 1, it's a little bit longer, and we have many steps. So first step, where do we start? Germdas. First, we're gonna do grouping symbols, okay? So we'll start with whatever it's in parentheses. So 2 minus 13, I'll bring it down. Brackets. Okay, negative 6 times negative 2 square. So first I have to do negative 2 square, which is positive 4. And negative 6 times positive 4 is negative 24.
Will take place at 12:45 in room 314.
Divided by 3 times 4. And then divided by negative 2 times 3. And then exponent next, and negative 1 to the 4th power is negative 1. So now, let's look at inside of parentheses. I have negative 24 divided by 3 times 4 divided by negative 2 times 3 minus 1. Okay? So 2 times negative 13. And now please remember, division and multiplication, we go from left to right. Okay? So I will get negative 24 divided by 3 is negative 8. Okay, so I get negative 8 times 4 divided by negative 2 times 3 minus 1. Okay, and again, we are going from left to right. Negative 8 times 4. I will actually do this in one step because we have to fit this on this page. Negative 4 times 8 is negative 32. Negative 32 divided by negative 2 is positive 16. Positive 16 times 3 is 48. And 48 minus 1 is 47. Okay? So make sure you understand how I got negative 40, positive 47. Again, negative 8 times 4 is negative 32. Negative 32 divided by negative 2 is positive 16. 16 times 3 is 48, and 48 times 1 is equal to 47. And then I do multiplication first. 2 negative 13 times 47. I got 611, so that'll be minus 611. So your final answer should be negative 609. Wow, that was a long problem. Okay, question number 2. Negative 2 times 4. So if you look at Germdas, first we do grouping symbols, nothing inside of parentheses. So then we'll do exponents. So negative 2 So negative 2 times 4 minus 3 times 5, subtract 16, and negative 1 to the 4th power is still negative 1. It's technically 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. Okay, and divided by, and I will do exponents first. Please remember, negative 4 to the 2nd power is negative 16. So it'll be minus 16. I made a mistake here. No, I didn't. Negative 5 times 5 is negative 25 minus 16 minus 1. Okay, so now I have multiplication and addition and subtraction. So negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. Minus 16 minus 1 and divided by, in the denominator I have subtraction, so I can do this from left to right. Negative 16 minus 25 is negative 41. Negative 41 minus 16 is negative 57, minus 1 is negative 58. Please double check my calculations, I did this in my head. Okay, so now if you work with the numerator, negative 8 minus 15, negative 23, minus 16, negative 39, minus 1 is negative 40, divided by negative 58. And in this case, we can simplify this fraction. Both numbers are even, okay, 40 and 58. You could divide by 2, so that would be 20 over 29. Okay, so the final answer would be 20 over 29. Okay, I'm going to put the final answer here. 20 divided by 29. Okay? And last question, we have to substitute and then evaluate. So C times B times C divided by 4 minus parentheses 7 minus 8. So first step, let's substitute. Okay? So C is equal to negative 5. So I get negative 5 parentheses, and in parentheses I have a fraction, so that will be negative 5 times, sorry, B was equal to 8, so that will be 8 times negative 5 and divided by 4 minus 7 minus negative 8 minus negative a, which will be minus negative 4. So a little messy here, let me just repeat myself. You get negative 5 times parentheses 8 times negative 5 divided by 4 minus 7 minus negative 4 and close the parentheses. Okay, so first we do what's inside of parentheses. So I got negative 5, okay, 8 times negative 5 is negative 40, and negative 40